Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. Today is February 28, 2024, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Bitcoin pushes even higher to new yearly highs, but will it continue and will it close the gap at 60K? We're going to take a look at that in just a second, but first look at today's major economic events. So out of the United States at 3:30 South African time, we have a preliminary quarterly GDP number coming out. Looking at the various markets are really unchanged by and large. Starting on with the Forex symbols, the US dollar slightly gains versus the major pairs. And as we look at the indices, the Dow Jones slightly lower while the NASDAQ remains unchanged. Gold and oil also remaining unchanged. And as we look at the stocks wavering, that pretty much means that they're unchanged, slightly higher, slightly lower, but mostly unchanged. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, as we mentioned, Bitcoin pushes higher. Let's see if it continues. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Didn't hold that line above the 200-day moving average, and it's just slightly lower. Could be, this is maybe a retracement, but you could see that upwards momentum has really been broken on a decent level, okay? It's the first time on a daily. If you look at it, it's the second day that we actually have a retracement. Now, we went from 107 up to 108.50-ish level. That's about 150 pips. I do expect it to retrace about 50 pips from that, okay, which is a third of that. So, ultimately 108 is a supportish level, but that momentum has been broken, okay? So just be aware of it. And we may even test our lows again, so just keep an eye on it, all right? I wouldn't jump into it. There's no impetus here to say jump into it. Now, the dollar did gain versus the major pairs, specifically against the Australian dollar. This morning, early morning, we had a number from the Australian dollar, so this is maybe an impetus for it to actually retrace versus the dollar as we see it here. Looking at the other major pairs, nothing doing, all right? The US dollar is just slightly higher versus the Japanese yen, and we'll keep it at that. Now, jumping into commodities, same story, just really wavering here. I mean, I can't write this up. Gold is trading really beautifully between 2030 and 2000, and we're right there. We're at the top of that range. Crude oil loving to hug that resistance level, but still hasn't broken up about 78. So keep that in mind. Now jumping to the U.S. markets, where we go. The Dow Jones retracing just a little bit. Okay, no big deal. Okay, and if we look at the NASDAQ, really remaining unchanged day to day. It's been almost flatline. What moved higher? Bank of America gained nicely yesterday. Okay, you could see that on a daily chart. Again, on the upper range. If you look at JP Morgan, it's on its highs. It's just off of its highs, but there's no impetus to push us even higher. Okay, if we look at Amazon, also trading close to its highs, but nothing breaking out. If we look at Facebook, also close to its highs, but nothing breaking out. We may see that today, so just keep that in mind as this still unloads. And lastly, Bitcoin. Look at this, 58K as that really closes in. Pushing even this morning as we're speaking, just pushing higher. This may be still a great play for today as it closes in at that 2K level. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.